This shit ain't for kids, bruh. What up everyone, it's your boy Xmanny87 here, bringing you another Marvel Legends video, and what I have for you today is the Marvel Legends Black Widow Wave Crimson Dynamo Build-A-Figure Series Natalia Alianovna Romanoff action figure review. If you could please leave a like rating on the video, it'll help show your support for my channel and I greatly appreciate it. Now with that said, let's take a look at the accessories first and then we'll take a look at Black Widow. Black Widow comes with 4 interchangeable hands, so first up is 2 closed fisted hands. Then she has 2 gun trigger holding hands. 2 mini handguns to fit in those hands. Then lastly, she has 2 batons that only fit in the trigger gun holding hands. Unfortunately, she does not have regular closed gripping hands for a more natural baton wielding look. So taking a closer look at Black Widow's head sculpt, you can see the face print technology is still present here. Do I think is the best head sculpt out of the MCU Black Widow figures? I'm not sure, and I'm gonna say no, just because this one seems a little off. Now, don't get me wrong. They've always done a great job with Black Widow MCU figures' faces, because even before the face print technology, they were, I gotta say, they were doing a decent job. I always thought the ScarJo heads looked really good, but this one, again, don't get me wrong, it looks good, but when you compare it to the last 2 we got, and let me just bring these out. Seeing her side by side next to the Blonde Widow and the Quantum 2-pack Widow, I think that these 2 head sculpts are superior. I really do. I mean, I know they have different expressions. This one's more stern, this one's smiling, and this one is kind of neutral and about to smile, but I just don't think it's better than these 2. Again, it's not bad. I think this is the best ScarJo head we've ever gotten. If only we got this face with the red hair. I just kind of like want to put the red hair on this onto this. It would look absolutely perfect. Also, I want to point out that the face print on this head looks a little faded. I feel like the paint is better highlighted on this head than on this one, and same can be said with this. As you can see, you know, glossy lips on that one. Look at the eye paint on this, then look at this, looks like it's dry. Then look at the eyes and the eyebrows on this one compared to this one. I just think the extra paint definitely brings out the highlights on the face sculpts. Maybe I'm being a little nitpicky here, but again, that's just what I think what makes those head sculpts better. And the left eye on mine is looking off to the side as well, so that's a little bothersome. Hard to tell on camera, but she does have some rosy cheek blemishes, so you can see it right there. And if I turn it to the side, like on this angle, you can see some right there. So that's pretty impressive. And looking at everything else, I really like the short wavy hair. So just taking a look at that around, really like the sculpt to it. And I'm happy to see that this head is on a neck hinge and not the ball joint. So I'm really happy about that as far as movement wise. Looking at the rest of the body, I like that she has this armored look to it. So it's really cool. You get this nice sculpt, a nice design here. That looks like it's some padded type of armor. And then you get gray in this suit, which I like a lot. You get some black in between the gray, or I should say the gray in between the black. Then on the back, she has this storage for her batons. So you could slip that in like so. If you go all the way, I will let you know that if this is poking out and you're trying to put the other one in, it is not gonna go through all the way, so it's just gonna stop like right there, and if you force it in, you're gonna end up warping it, and you don't want to do that. So you just kind of want to have that evened out like so that look good. And when you see it from the front, it looks balanced and looks good. You can see some red painted on this little storage backpack thing, and then on the bottom here you get some nice sculpting. I really like the design of this costume, I really do. Then looking at the arms, you get these shoulder pads in black with some red in there, and it kind of looked just like the Yelena Belova arms, but they are actually different. As you can see, she has wrinkles on her armpits right there. This Widow doesn't. And then you get seams right here on her forearms. This one doesn't. So again, overall, just different in design, but they kind of look the same. You get a gray elbow pad right there. Then you get her signature Widow stingers, which are removable again, so you can take them out. And unlike the Yelena Belova, there is no seam or anything, so if you wanted to for whatever reason want to display her without the bracers, it looks fine to have a more seamless look. And you get her gloves that are in black and gray, and you get a nice gold belt buckle with the red Black Widow logo on there. It's really nice. It goes well with the gold Widow stingers, and it is a separate piece. She comes with the same mini handguns that Yelena Belova had, and it's cool that she has storage holsters for both those guns instead of just one like Yelena had. So it's really cool because Yelena had the daggers on this side. So just to show you, they are different, so it's not the same piece reused. And looking at the back, you get the best butt in the MCU, that ScarJo butt. And it's got a nice design all around, nice sculpting. Got the knee pads, you got the, gray pants, and you got black in the inner thighs. And yeah, it's pretty cool. You get the glossy black boots. Nice sculpting. You get freaking heels again, but it's not as hard to stand this time around. But you still might face some challenges in doing so. Now to cover articulation with Black Widow. Her head moves that far up, and oh, come on, keep moving back. I don't think we're going to get more than that. And unfortunately, this little storage backpack right here is going to hinder the neck movement. But it does look down a good amount. The hair is longer on her left side, so it also doesn't help that I forgot to mention before, the collar right here. I feel like in some movements of her head, it just kind of, I don't know, it just kind of pushes it off to the side a little bit. And so I feel like my Widow is always looking to her left, and doesn't help that this eye is also off to the left, so she's just naturally going to be looking like that no matter what. But anyway, it moves left, it moves right. It kind of pivots, and you get somewhat of a rocking motion. Her arms only move that far up because of how big the shoulder pad sculpting came out on her arm. It moves down, it moves all around. You got the shoulder swivel, elbow swivel, and a single jointed elbow that bends in more than 90 degrees. So I think Yelena Belova is definitely the winner of more range on the elbow. And then you got a wrist swivel and a wrist hinge. You got an ab crunch that only moves that far forward. Natasha, stop slouching, you get too big. That's my terrible Russian accent. And then you get her back that moves that far back. You got the torso swivel, and it pivots and it rocks around. Her legs move that far apart, and it moves that far up, which is not good at all, just like the Yelena Belova one, and it moves back that much. So her and Yelena have the same leg movement and range of motion, even though they have different leg sculpts. That's so weird. Her legs rock around, thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and yeah, heel to the hunchback butt. Her ankles move up that far, it moves down that low, and she does have all around ankle pivot. Now for some comparisons, here she is next to the Quantum 2-pack Black Widow and the Blonde Widow. Doing a head swap, the new Black Widow head on the Blonde Widow body looks great. However, the Blonde Widow on the new body just looks terrible. That neck is too damn long. Here she is next to the Endgame Iron Man and Worthy Cap. Here she is next to Winter Soldier and Winter Soldier from Infinity War. Here is Black Widow next to Crossbones and Captain Marvel. And finally, here is Black Widow next to her fellow wave mates, which I recently reviewed, Red Guardian, Yelena Belova, and Taskmaster. Alright everyone, and now to wrap things up, my final rating is a 7 out of 10. Same as Yelena, the articulation is just not there for me. Out of all the Black Widow figures we'll be getting this year, this will probably be the least favorite out of the bunch. The face print tech here is not as greatly executed as of the two MCU Widow figures that came out prior. Again, it's okay. I think Hasbro was maybe trying to go for more of a SH Figuarts-ish style face print tech because it looks that way. Don't get me wrong, SH Figuarts does a great job with their MCU face prints, but what works for them on their plastic doesn't work on Hasbro's plastic, if that makes any sense. The accessories are a good selection in which the weapons can all be stored on the figure at once without any of them being left out. And lastly, if you're in the market looking for a good MCU comic book looking Black Widow figure for your display, then this is a good option and something you might want to consider to pick up. So that was my review. Please drop a like rating on the video, comment, we'll chat about it. Follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. Link is in the description below. Get your Marvel Legends Black Widow figures at Big Bad Toy Store, link is in the description below. Share and subscribe if you're new. See you on the next review. Peace, peace.